everybody, welcome to episode 5, I think, already, of Chaotic Crochet Chatter from Stitchcraft Gifts. That's me, I'm Jenny, hello. It is Friday the 8th, I think, of September, about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I've just got back from town, so I'm a bit flustered. But it was a good trip. I'll tell you more about that in a minute. This is probably going to be, in theory, it's going to be a slightly shorter podcast than usual, just because I don't really have a lot to tell you about, to be honest. I don't know what I've been doing for the past 3 weeks, but the answer is not a lot of crochet. I'm going to blame it on the summer holidays. They're over. Ned's back at school this week. He started on Tuesday. It's so good. I don't know if anybody else is sharing that feeling. I don't know how you feel about it. Obviously, you know, I love having him around, and we've had a really, really good summer holiday. Actually, it's been really nice this time. But just to be able to get back into my routine it feels really good. I'm in a good mood this week. Despite the heat, I don't know what it's like where you are, but we're having a bit of a heat wave in the UK at the moment. I'm not happy about it. You know what I'm like. But I'm in a pretty good mood at the moment, so I'm going to try not to complain too much. I have got a fan on just over here. I hope that that's not going to be too noisy for you. If it is, I'm sorry, I need it. It's so warm in here. So warm, and I think it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. But that's that. What else can I say? For anyone who hasn't been here before, Stitchcraft Gifts is my little business. I make and sell crocheted items, largely home decor, sort of cushions and wall hangings and that kind of thing, but really whatever I fancy making. I'm not particularly choosy. And yeah, this is just my little moment every couple of weeks where I like to share what's been going on in my life, what I've been making, anything else that comes to mind. So let's crack on. First off, I am going to apologise for all the technical issues that have been happening in previous episodes. I had a bit of a struggle with my editing software, and so it took me longer than I'd hoped to get the last one out, get it released on YouTube, and the one before that, episode 3, I've just binned it. I've still got the original recording, so I might go back and re-edit it at some point, but don't hold your breath. You know, it's one episode, I'm not going to worry about it. But hopefully, all fingers crossed, on my toes, those issues are now solved. So I'm hoping that I can get this today recorded and edited and published all by the end of the day. It's a tall order. It's already the afternoon and the editing takes me ages. And Ned's got a friend round this afternoon, so I can't really do any then. But it's, you know, I'll get done as much as I can. And hopefully I'll get it published later today. If not, it'll be over the weekend. So that's not too bad. Okay. So, I told you last time that we were going to go away for a little weekend. We had 2 nights away last weekend, just gone, in Chester, which is in the UK, for anyone who doesn't know. Sort of very near the border between England and Wales. And we went to go to the zoo. That's literally the only reason we went. We've been to Chester a few times before. We know we love it. I think this is Ned's 4th visit to the zoo, and Kelvin and I have been at least once before, or just the 2 of us. So yeah, it's a really, really lovely place. I'm going to put some pictures up around the screen so you can see what we saw. We were a little bit disappointed because we didn't get to see the baby tigers, who aren't so baby anymore, which we were really hoping to. That's kind of the main reason we went. But you can't control these things, you know, they are wild animals, they do what they want to do. Okay, yes, they're in captivity, but they're still not, you know, they're not being controlled or anything, they're independent people. And we also didn't see the black jaguar, who was the other kind of main reason we went. She's new at the zoo, she's only been there a couple of months, I think. Not long anyway. But she was well hidden somewhere. We did see the other jaguar, just. Oh, and by the time we got back round to the elephant enclosure, and elephants are one of my favourite animals, they'd been sort of put away, for want of a better word, so that the keepers could go in and do a bit of work. I think they were setting up food for them and that sort of thing. So obviously I don't begrudge the elephants getting their food. I want them to be happy, but again, it was just a little bit disappointing that we didn't see them. But I've seen them before and I will probably see them again, so it's not the end of the world at all, and I'd much rather that the animals were happy and being well looked after, which they clearly are. And on the plus side, we did see the orangutans, both sets. They've got ones from Borneo and from Sumatra, and I've completely forgotten which way around the enclosures are now. I just can't remember at all. But they both had new babies, and one set, the first set we saw, which were mostly outside, it really looked like sort of the orangutan family were coming down the hill to show us the baby. It was so cool. They didn't hang around for long, but they kind of came down. There's a little sort of, you're looking at it over a wall, and there's a big ditch, and then there's like a hill ahead of you with some trees behind, and they literally came so halfway down the hill, stopped, had a little sit and a little look round, and then carried on and went down, and it was like, oh, it's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. That, yeah, I don't know, that wasn't a brand new baby, I don't think, but it was still very small. And then the other set of orangutans they've got, they, the big mother orangutan was just hanging out at the back of the cage, that's not the right word, enclosure, eating, good girl, with this tiny little baby just kind of clinging onto her. So it was really lovely to see. Obviously doing really well, and obviously orangutans are, I think, still very endangered, so it's great to know there's more coming into the world. What else did we see? All kinds of things. They've got so many animals, it's great. Got quite a good view of one of the snakes. We saw, I can't remember now, I can't remember, the tree kangaroo. There was a baby one of those as well. Anyway, I can't really remember, but I'll put all the pictures up, or as many as I can fit in, so you can see what we've got. And oh, the bats, that's the other thing. They've got a really cool, well, I call it the bat cave, because it's like going into a cave. You go through these doors and it's not pitch black, but it's dark. You know, they keep it dark during the day so that the bats will actually fly about. And they've got fruit bats, they've got pipistrelles, I think, and there's another kind as well that I can't remember. And they literally, you're in this massive big cave-like room, and they're just whoosh, zooming right overhead and squeaking away. And I love it in there, partly because it's dark, I've got to be honest. But just, I don't know, there's a real sense of wonder. There's so many bats in there, and the fruit bats are massive. They're, you know, easily that big. I don't know exactly, but they feel, you know. And it's tiny little pipistrelle ones kind of past your ear. So that was really fun. Ned had a great time. Oh, and we had a premiere in for the 2 nights we were there, and obviously we got a family room, and Ned insisted that he was sleeping in the big bed with me and Daddy had to have the single bed, so that was quite nice. Yeah, so that was just really lovely. What else have I done? Nothing major, to be honest. We've just been hanging out and enjoying life as much as possible. Yeah, we've played with Bubbles a lot. Ned's discovered Pokemon Go, so we've been out and about doing that. I've had a couple of sort of lunch dates and the like with friends and family. Oh, my friend Lindsay came round for tea yesterday, tea and drinks, and she bought me this. I don't know how well you'll be able to see it. I have put pictures on Instagram, you can't see it very well, but she bought me a new crochet ring as a thank you for making her bag. I don't know if that's focusing, if you can see it at all. But not only is it a crochet ring, which I use loads of all the time, but it's a little cat. It's a little cat. It's really, really cute. So that's now my new favourite crochet ring. And I will be wearing it all the time. And using it lots, I'm sure. Oh, and then the other big news, which is both life and crochet related, let's combine the two. Big news. I am going to be hosting my very own craft market in the middle of October. I've just been and booked the venue today, that's why I was in town before this. It's going to be at the Harrogate Baptist Church. If you don't know it, look it up. I'll put a link to their website in the description. And it's only going to be little. I think I can get about 14 stalls in there. Probably not any more than that, unfortunately. But I think that's nice for a first solo one. Obviously I did the one for my son's school in the summer and that went pretty well. But this is just me doing it. So, but I'm really, really excited. I thought I'd be really nervous about it, and I might be near at the time, but at the moment I'm just excited. It's just another step, another thing to do, and if it goes really well, then I'll do more in the future, and hopefully be able to do bigger ones. So yeah, I'll put all the details in the description. For anyone who's in the area, please do spread word of mouth, tell everybody you know that it's happening, and this next week, obviously I'm going to be booking vendors. I need to put a flyer together and all that sort of thing, so more information will be released as we go. But yeah, exciting news. I feel a little bit mad, but in a good way. Definitely excited about it. Right, I'm going to do my usual thing of going through the goals that I set last time. I've not completed very many of them. I've completed some, and I'm kind of halfway through some of this. The sleeves for my dress, haven't even touched them. I've had 3 whole weeks and I've not even looked at them. They're going to go back on the list. I hope I might do some tonight, depending on how much time editing takes up, and if not, I'll try and get them done tomorrow. We've got a family barbecue on Sunday. It'd be lovely if I could wear it then, but we'll see. But yeah, haven't even touched that. Oh, the Yoshi toy from Super Mario that I'm making for Ned, I have nearly finished that. Not only started, but nearly finished, and I'll be showing you that in a minute. So that's a good one. I have not started my Christmas jumper. I've got the yarn, I've got the pattern, I have not started it yet. But I will. It's, it's there. Listing 10 items in my online shop. I've done 4, so 40% success rate. Yeah, there's some there, it's growing slowly. This is one I've done, I'm quite proud of myself for. I was going to do notes and or a video tutorial for how to make a pumpkin for my friend Lindsay. I did that yesterday. I got it recorded and edited and sent to her yesterday. Something's just fallen over behind me, I don't know what it was. It's not available for public use yet because it's not great. I need to play around with camera angles and lighting and making sure the camera actually focuses a bit better, but hopefully it will be useful for her, and if I get a chance in the next couple of weeks I'll re-record it better, properly, and I'll put it up so that anyone can use it. See how I go with that one. Planning baby projects for my sister's baby. She's having a girl. She's found out she's having a girl. I haven't really planned anything. I have a vague idea. I know that I want to make the blanket, the Crochet Society blanket that I talked about before. I'd like to make a couple of little jumpers or cardigans or something. I'll definitely make some hats. And then like a little teddy or a like comforter of some kind. But that's as far as I've got with planning at the moment. I don't know. I've never really made anything. That's not true. I have made things for babies before, but not one that's been this close to me, and I'm feeling a bit, not really any pressure because this is something I want to do, but just I really want to get it right. I really want it to be something that my sister loves. So it'll come. I will plan things. And then my final goal was to plan Halloween projects. That I've done pretty well on. I've got a list somewhere that I've written out. There's a work in progress I'm going to show you in a minute, which is Halloween themed, which is for us to keep here. And then for the market, I'm going to make a few more pumpkins, but in sort of specific colour sets. I want to do like a pastel set and like a monochrome, blacks and greys set, maybe a bright colours set, that sort of thing, rather than just churning out more random pumpkins because I've got tons already. I wanted to do a few sort of specific set ones. And then there's some wall hangings I really want to do. I might do them as wall hangings, I might do them as picture frames, either way, some of each. And what was the other thing? Oh, like some placemats, if I get time. I've seen some really cool like spiderweb placemats, the sort of big round ones that have got spiderweb. It's like a coloured background with a spiderweb over the top. And I think they should be quite easy to do. It's just a case of making sure I've got the right yarn for them. Because I can't order any more now. I've just ordered a load. Which I'll tell you about in a minute. It's not arrived yet. But that's to do with the work in progress that I'll show you. So yeah, that's it. So I've not completed a lot, but I've not done too badly. I did say last time that with it being the end of the summer holidays, I wasn't expecting to get a lot done. I have wanted to focus on spending time with Ned and all of that sort of thing. That's been my priority. So I'm happy, I think, with what I've got done. And it's made setting new goals really easy because most of them are the same. Okay, there is a lit... That didn't work. I'm going to just start that again. There is a little bit of incoming goodness to show you. One thing I can't really show you because it's downstairs still and very heavy is I've ordered some more shelves for in here. We're going to go over to this side, not that you can see over there, but that's because it's a tip at the moment, so I'm not showing you. But yeah, I've just ordered some little shelves. They're technically CD units, but whatever. Just to put kind of little bits and pieces in. I haven't got a specific plan, but I've got loads of stuff that I don't really know where to put it, and just having somewhere to kind of organise things. I'm also thinking, I've got a couple of houseplants in my window here, but I think I want to get them off the window, but so that they can still get a lot of light from it. So having them here, dead opposite the window instead, I get a lot of afternoon light. So hopefully that'll work quite well. They're not very tall. I'm trying to think, I can't remember how tall they are now. But depending on how well they go, I might order another set and put them on top. Obviously fix them to the wall with Kelvin's help, just to get a bit more height, but I don't know. I'll get this first set up and we'll see how I go. Right, the other things to show you, that's one there. So this is going to be very quick. The latest Crochet Society box is here. So pretty, so pretty. I can't, no, well I could, but I don't feel right unboxing yet and showing you what's inside, because they've not done the official unboxing video yet. But look how pretty. Look how pretty. Can I show you inside the lid? They've done that, I think. Have I kept it all wrapped up? Ooh, it's all escaping. If I do that, look. You can see inside. That's really nice. So, I have to say, obviously I won't give away any spoilers, but one thing I will say is I love the yarn, and I love the extra little gifts that are in it. Not particularly inspired by the patterns this time round. I'll have another look, and I might end up making something, or I might end up using the yarn for something different. And that's all I'm going to say for now. But I will just give you one more little look. The gorgeousness that is the outside of the box, because it is just stunning. So that's that. And then the other incoming, another month has gone by. I've got my Vicky Brown yarns here, August delivery. So I will show you that, and if you remember last time, what was it last time? It was kind of yellows, wasn't it? Is it yellows through to bright greens? I think it must have been, because we've now got some lovely, that's the fan blowing the tissue paper, put it like that, greeny greens through to sort of, I don't know, is that turquoisey? Maybe? You know I'm not very good with my colours. These eyes do not like colour anymore. But I just think they're really lovely. Look really pretty. So add that to my stash of Vicky Brown yarn to decide what I'm going to do with at some point. Who knows? Still haven't decided. I'll keep collecting. Did I say before when I was talking about it? I'm going to keep collecting until I sort of come back around to the colour that I started with. And then I'll decide. I really shouldn't collect yarn just because it's pretty, but I do. And I'm not going to stop, because it's fun. It's all so pretty. And that's it. That's all the incoming stuff, I think. If there was anything else, I can't remember what it was, so it can't have been very exciting. Okay, let's show you Yoshi. Now, he's not put together yet. This is why he's still not quite finished. Let me tell you the boring details. They're not boring. So the yarn I'm using is Stylecraft Special DK, which is an old favourite. It's 100% acrylic, and it comes in loads of colours. I get it from Wool Warehouse, which is a UK based company, but I think they do ship internationally. But you can get Stylecraft from loads of places. So yeah, DK weight, 100% acrylic. I'm using Meadow, white and Matador, with a 2.2mm hook, I think, to keep it nice and tight. And to be honest, I'm really proud with how well this is going. He's not put together, so bear with me, but there's his little body with one of his arms just pinned on for now. on his little white tummy. Oh. And then I've got, where's his head gone? Here it is. Really proud of the head actually. Obviously there's no face detail yet. He hasn't got any eyes yet. And everything's getting tangled up. Da, 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 da. But overall shape, so that's where his eyes will go, just in case you're not sure. And his little chubby cheeks, and his big chubby snout, and his spines. And so that'll sit, I'm assuming, like that. Really cute. Imagine him with a face and legs and another arm and a tail. So yeah, I've got a few bits to add, but he's nearly done. I'm trying to do it like when Ned's not around, because he knows I'm making him. I kind of don't want to see it until it's finished. Does that make sense? I want it to be, I'm thinking what I'm going to do when I finish it is not even tell him that I've finished it and just go and put it on his bed like when he's at school, so that night he'll get a little surprise when he goes upstairs. I don't know. But yeah, I'm not 100% happy with how the eye bit has been attached, but I think it will look better once I've got the actual eyes on it. They're just little felt ones. Just need to cut some felt out and stick it on. But I'm really pleased with the spines. I did really well there. And I think I've finally got the hang of how much to stuff things. This is really like firm, but with a bit of a squish still. I don't think it's too gappy at all. There's a little bit of gappiness, particularly where there's been decreases on the head. I'm not going to show you too closely. But mostly it's pretty neat and well together. Oh, these are his little legs with his little boots on. Hang on. Just untangle, untangle, untangle. All these long yarn tails. They've got their little legs with their little boots. Oh, they're so cute. So yeah, I'm happy with how he's going. And yeah, I should get him finished. What have I got on this week? Probably not at the weekend, especially if I do tackle the sleeves for my dress. But I would think if I just pick a day next week and just crack on with him, I should be able to get him done. So that'll keep Ned happy. And then he'll probably ask me to make a bunch of Pokemon now that he's discovered that. Honestly. Doesn't matter how much I make for him, he always wants more. It's a good thing I love that boy. So that's Yoshi. Okay, one last bit of crochet to show you. I told you there wasn't much. This is the Halloween work in progress. This is something I started last year, probably about this time, maybe in August. And I got a certain amount of the way through it and realised I wasn't going to have it finished in time for Halloween, and I had another market coming up, and so I put it to one side and thought never mind, it will wait till next year. And I remembered it a couple of weeks ago and thought, right, it's next year. Let's get on. Look how pretty. Yeah. This is going to be a table runner to go on our dining table. The pattern I'm using is, to absolutely nobody's surprise, from Sixel Design. Just trying to hold it that way so you get the light from the window. There we go. And it is called Batty. So it's another mosaic crochet one, as is her niche. That's not speciality, that's the word I was looking for. I had a complete blank then. And I'm doing it using Hobbii Rainbow Cotton 8/4 in dark brown for the back silhouettes, and then various shades of green. And this is where it gets a bit annoying, in that I've lost the labels. I've lost the yarn labels. I know that it's Hobbii 8/4 because I've got the labels for the dark brown, but all the greens, I've lost the labels, and I got to here and thought, no, it needs to be wider. It needs to be, you know, have that as the central point and go this, you know, just wide again on this side, so sort of repeat the gradient. But I don't know what any of these greens are called. So I've been on the Hobbii website and I have ordered 1 skein each of every kind of green they had in stock, which is a few. And I know most of them won't match properly, but I reckon I can get a good enough, it won't be a proper mirror, but it'll be close on this side. That and that are the same, because I had that used half skein, that row strip, and then so I could use the rest for this side. And I've just got one more row of this green to do before it changes to the next colour. So I can't do much more on this until my order from Hobbii arrives. But their shipping's not too bad. So it should be here soon, I hope, because I want to get it done. I want to use it this year. It's such a lovely pattern. It's one of those things, if you haven't tried mosaic crochet yet, especially overlay, give it a go. Pick a relatively simple pattern. Alexis at Sixel Design, she's got a few that are really simple, and there are plenty of others out there as well. And just give it a go. It is a lot easier than it looks, I promise you. And you can do, I mean, this looks like quite a complex design with the bat shapes, but it's US terms, single crochet, double crochet, and then there's a couple of, okay, so you have to think about which loop you're working into, for anyone in the know. Some people will be like, what is she talking about? So you do the double crochets in the front loop of the row below. That's like the most complicated bit. Once you've got the hang of that, you're away. There's a couple of places where you have to do an increase or a decrease, otherwise it's easy. Okay, so it is honestly not, yeah, it's not difficult. It looks difficult, it looks complicated, and it's really not, and you can do so many good things with it. I love it. What else can I say? What was I going to say? Yeah, if you find a really simple pattern, you can make really effective designs without using any complicated increase or decrease or anything like that. Any complicated stitches like that. My words are all over today. Yeah, literally just with single crochet, double crochet, and you can come up with some amazing effects. So do, if you get the chance, give it a go. You will not regret it. I had, do you remember I spoke last time about the bag that I made for my friend Lindsay, who's now been mentioned 3 times in one podcast episode? Lindsay, if you're watching, you're becoming famous, darling. Yeah, the bag I made for her, that was from a pattern by the same designer. She took it to the Edinburgh Fringe. She had a great time, and apparently she got loads of compliments. I'm really happy. She handed out a bunch of business cards for me. And she has another friend who crochets and who teaches crochet, and even she was blown away with it. I was like, oh god, I can't do that. So I'm really over the moon about that. But again, what I would say to that lady, if you can crochet, you can do mosaic crochet. Just try it. If you see a pattern you like and you think, I need to make that. Because that's how I got into it. I can't remember how long ago it was. Oh no, I do, because it was my mum's birthday, so it's just, well, when I saw the pattern about 1.5 years ago. And it was one of Sixel Designs patterns. Her mini skulls one. And I'd been trying to think of something to get for my mum's birthday. And I saw that pattern and thought, cushion. Make a cushion. Done. So I just, I got the pattern. Alexis had done a video tutorial for that one, or at least for part of it, which is really, really helpful. She's got some on her YouTube channel, I believe. And I thought, well, I need to try, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, I'll do something else. And I was really pleasantly surprised by how easy it is. If you already know how to crochet, it is not hard, I promise you. And if you want any tips or guidance, or you want me to do a little video tutorial, or I don't know, I could teach you online, do a face-to-face video, one-to-one video teaching session, just let me know. I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah, I have faith in you, you can do it. But that's it, that's all my crochet work, so there's not a lot more to talk about. Yeah, I'll move on. Okay, so we are very close to the end. I'm going to just talk you through the goals that I've set myself for the next couple of weeks, in between this podcast and the next one, so things to tell you about next time. And as I said, most of these are a repeat of last time's because I didn't get much done. So I am going to finish Yoshi. I am going to finish the sleeves on that dress. I really am. I'm going to start my Christmas jumper because if I don't start it now I won't get it done in time, and I figure once I get it started, if I get past a certain point then I can just chip away at it a bit at a time. Yeah, sort of lazy evenings in between doing other things, but I need to get it started first. What else is on my list? I'm going to make a proper plan of baby projects, find patterns that I like and get the yarn ready so that I know what I'm doing with that. I think I want to choose 3 for definite, make a proper choice of 3. I'm going to start making the Halloween stuff for the market. I've got some bits and bobs already, but I want to get the wall hangings done, those pumpkin sets, possibly the placemats, get them underway. I am going to list some more items. I'm aiming for 10 again. I am intending to do Halloweeny stuff, but watch this space. I make these plans and then I do something completely different. But again, that is another goal. I need to, this isn't crochet but it's related, I need to redo my business cards. I'm not in love with the first set that I did. They're fine, they've got all the information on them, but I'm not in love with them. So I need to redo those, and I need to get those done before this market so that I've got them ready for my stall. And in that vein, I need to recruit my market vendors and get flyers made up and start promoting it. Probably my main goal for the beginning of next week. I won't do a lot over the weekend, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, those 3 days I think are going to be quite market heavy. Because yeah, I need to get a move on. It's not long. I've not given myself long to get this sorted. But I really, really wanted it to be a Halloween one because I'm going to one in November, I'm going to one at the beginning of December, so that's my Christmas market sorted. And I figure middle of October, people are really thinking about Halloween and looking out for decorations and stuff like that. So, wish me luck. I will get it done. But yeah, that's my main goal for the beginning of the week. And that is almost it. For some people that will be it, because the last thing I'm going to talk about, it's a slightly difficult topic for me, and I know that some people won't want to hear about it. They'll find it a bit triggering or just a bit difficult to hear about. I'm going to be talking about, not for long, only for a little bit, but I'm going to talk about weight loss, healthy eating, fitness, health in general. If you're not up for that, then thank you very much for watching. Please just feel free to turn it off. The information for everything else I've talked about will be in the notes in the description, so check that out. And all the usual, like, share, subscribe, all that jazz, and please come back next time. For everybody else, I'm not going to bang on about this lots because I don't want to, basically. But those who know me well will know that I have struggled with my weight and my physical health generally pretty much since the day I was born. You know, even as a young child, I wasn't unhealthy, but I wasn't, you know, I've never run about much, I'm not into physical exercise, I eat far too many sugary things, and the results are before you. And I have 35 years worth of unhealthy habits to unpack and try and replace with healthy ones. I have already started work on it. God, a couple of years ago now, I started private therapy, cognitive behavioural therapy, with a private therapist who was amazing, specifically to tackle that issue. And I did loads of work on it and I made really good progress. Then I became pregnant. Then that all went out the window, which is something I won't go into now because that was horrific. I will probably talk about it more another time, but not now. That's not what we're here for. And so obviously the nature of the therapy changed and was more centred around that for a bit. And then we got to a point where we'd kind of done everything we could. I was at a point where the therapy wasn't really going anywhere. So we made a mutual decision. You know, it was as much my decision as the therapist's, and stopped, obviously, with the, you know, I'm welcome to go back to him anytime, and I probably will at some point. But yeah, because of everything that happened with the pregnancy, I just didn't feel like doing anything about physical health for a long time. It was more and more about just getting through the day for quite a while, and then rebuilding my mental health a bit. And then 2 or 3 months ago now, I got in touch with my doctor about my mental health, because it was really bad. Beginning of this year, I wasn't in a good place, and I don't really know why. So we increased my meds, and since we did that, I've been much happier. Honestly, I'm a whole different person at the moment. I also came off the pill, not to get pregnant again, before anyone starts asking. This is probably too much information for some people, I'm sorry, but I'm on the copper coil now. That's it, I won't say anymore. But yeah, so my mental health has improved dramatically over the last 2-3 months. Don't get me wrong, I still have bad days. It's not easy, but it's a lot better. And so I finally feel ready to tackle my physical health again, to revisit those techniques I learned from therapy and actually put some of them into place properly. So this is probably the most I'll talk about it. My plan is, in each podcast, to just have a couple of minutes of, this is how I'm doing, whether or not I've lost any weight. Because I know it's a bit of a tricky subject for a lot of people these days, and people are like, oh, you shouldn't be fat shaming, which is a term I hate. Fat is a trigger word for me, I hate it. Or anything like that, and that's not what I'm trying to do. You know, for each individual person, if you're happy and healthy, fine. I'm not. You know, I have asthma, I have an underactive thyroid, and then I'm just generally achy a lot of the time. And okay, my weight isn't specifically causing those things, but it's definitely not helping them. And then just the fact that I want to be a better role model for Ned. I want to be able to buy nicer clothes more easily, actually fit into things. So I do, and I'm not going to pressure myself, I'm not going to go on any stupid fad diets or anything. I've done all them before and they haven't got me anywhere. I want to revisit the techniques I learned in therapy, slowly chip away at reducing my weight and replacing unhealthy habits with healthy ones. So my focus for the next couple of weeks, I think, is just going to be not really to cut anything out, because that's not sustainable really, but to just reduce my intake of really high sugar stuff, because I know from past experience that if I do that, the weight will go and I will feel better. Particularly, I have a really bad habit of binge eating late at night, really late at night, like 10, 11 o'clock. And then of course I can't sleep because I'm high on sugar, and I still feel crap in the morning because my body's still processing it all. So if I can stop doing that, that would be lovely, or at least minimise it a lot. Done the weekly shop this week, and I've bought far less of that kind of thing, so that will help. If it's not in the house, I can't eat it, right? That's the theory anyway. Especially because we are further away from shops that we used to be in our old house, and because I don't do the school run very often anymore. You know, when at our old house, I used to take Ned to school, walk back up the hill, go to the shop, go home, or go to the shop, go to the gym, go home. And every time I went to the shop, I'd buy chocolate. So yeah, that wasn't great. I can't do that anymore. I do occasionally do the school run, and the temptation to go to the co-op on the way home is strong when I do. And I do it quite, you know, that is kind of part of the route, and I do that. But it's like once a month instead of every day, so it's better. I've waffled on for longer than I meant to. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'll check in with you. Basically, the reason I want to mention it to you is because I find that I do a lot better when I feel accountable to someone else instead of just to myself. That's why I did so well in my therapy when I was doing my therapy. It's why I did so well in the past when I did the Cambridge weight plan, which I wouldn't necessarily recommend, but I did lose a lot of weight on it, because I was checking in with someone every week. And yes, it has been suggested that I get Kelvin to be that person for me, or a friend, or another family member. But I find if I do that, I just kind of start resenting that person. They're too close to me. I don't want this to become part of my relationship with anyone that I love, because it'll just sour it. But I need it to be someone beyond myself. And this is a little bit anonymous because I don't really know who's watching. I hope someone is, hello. But I don't know who it is. And I can pretend that I'm just talking into the ether and no one's actually going to hear it. But at the same time I am telling someone. And so I can say, hopefully I can be honest about it and say, right, I've had a good week, I've had a bad week, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, I've eaten loads of crap, I've had a salad. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it on here. I will only probably keep it to a couple of minutes each time. It'll be, have I lost any weight? Have I stuck to my goals? Or what are my next set of goals? That'll probably be it. I did start a couple of weeks ago, and I did pretty well, actually. I weighed myself, and, well, obviously it was the first time I'd weighed myself for ages, months and months and months. But I was really pleasantly surprised, because in all that time, I can't remember exactly now, but I think I'd only gained a pound, might be 2. But it had literally been about 8 months since I'd last weighed myself, and I have eaten a lot of shit in that time. I have not done very much exercise. So I was quite impressed by that. So hopefully, if I knuckle down and actually do what I'm planning to do, the weight will go like this, and the health will go like this. And I'm doing workouts at home as well. I've got an app on my phone that it's called Fit On. I might put that in the description as well, actually, just if anyone else wants to have a go. It's, I think the cost for the year is less than 2 months of a gym membership, and you can do it at home, and there's a lot of choice on it. So I didn't really do any during the summer holidays. I should have done, but I didn't. But I'm back on it now. I did a session on Wednesday. Did a session on Wednesday, and I did a session this morning. And then I probably won't at the weekend, but from next week, unless I've got something else going on in the morning, my routine is get up, exercise kit on, get Ned off to school, well, out the door because Kelvin takes him, do my workout, and then go have a shower. That's, yeah, hopefully every day, but it all depends what else is going on. Right, I'm going to stop rabbiting on because you've probably had enough. But yeah, I will let you know how I'm doing, and I don't really know what else to say. I've lost track of what I was thinking. But yeah, I'll keep you updated. Hopefully, I feel good about it. Yeah, so that's that. I'm done. I told you. Oh, I don't know how long I've been chatting for actually. What time is it? What time is it? Oh, it's nearly 3 o'clock, so it probably has been about an hour. Having said it'd be shorter. But hey, it's not an hour and a half, so that's good. And yeah, what else to tell you? There's really not a lot to say to wrap up with. Kelvin will be going to get Ned and his friends from school soon. They finish at 3:30. We've got a family barbecue on Sunday. Kelvin's only got 1 week left, I think. It might be a week and a half at his current job, and then a week of leisure, and then he starts his new one. So that will be exciting. Hopefully it'll be really good for him because he's thoroughly fed up at his current job. I do hope you've not been able to hear the fan too much. I hope you can hear me instead. And yeah, that's it. So once again, thank you for joining me, for watching me and listening to me rabbit on for nearly an hour about nothing in particular. Please, if you've watched this far, please just drop a little like on. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. And then you'll get a notification next time that I do one of these as well. If you subscribe and then hit the little bell thing, it'll give you options for the notifications. Share it. Let your friends and family know there's this really cool podcast that I listen to. Yeah, please share it far and wide. And just enjoy whatever you're up to. Let me know what you're up to. If you've got any plans coming up, I'd love to know. Especially if you're in the UK, actually, if you're going to be doing anything interesting, let me know, because I might want to do it too. Or just hear about it. And that's that, I think. Yes, I'm done. I'll stop talking now and I'll let you get on with your day. Alright, thanks again. Bye.